Vale Radio.
Chicken Kievs go great in stir fries.
There it is. And we're in.
We're ready.
Scott, we're ready for your news. How are you, Scott?
Oh, I am absolutely
Have you had a good week?
Talk to the microphone.
I've had an amazing week.
What have you been doing much?
Uni, but I'm happy to see you, Sam.
It's always a pleasure, Scott. You're like a father figure.
You're the light of my life.
You are just happiness in a bowl of.
Thank you.
So
son.
what are you doing for today, Scott?
Say that again.
What's your news?
Oh well, I have a collection of news stories from all over the world, going from Russia, Egypt. Yeah.
Okay, so
Russia and Russia.
so
Just Russia and Egypt.
so what are they?
The headlines of this week's news are: Stoke-on-Trent brings shameful encouragement to obese civilians through text message.
Oh no!
Russian bungee jump commitment test. Prosthetic alarm. It's not a paedophile, kids. Tutankhamun pitching tent since 1323 BC. And finally, Jose Salvador Alvanregard given heroes welcome. Now that's a story.
I want to hear more about this alarm. Please tell me more about that.
No, just at your own pace, Scott. At your own pace.
Yes.
This is a goldmine.
My alarm?
Yeah. What was your alarm story about just then?
I don't get what you're on about.
No, it's in your news.
Alarm?
Scott, you've got a really professional piece of
Oh.
paper there you're promising so much here, Scott. Should we do this again?
Well, you do. I know you want to hear this alarm story, so you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Basically, there was a class of primary school children who were evacuated from a swimming pool because a prosthetic leg was mistaken for a paedophile.
Whoa.
Basically, the limb in question was poking out from under a cubicle as the children got changed after a swimming lesson, prompting fears of a paedophile was trying to watch them undress. Teachers responded swiftly by removing the 8 and 9-year-old kids from the premises at Larkfield Leisure Centre in Aylesford. That's in Kent.
Now, guys,
That's in Kent.
paedophilia is not funny.
That's not.
But it turned out to be a false alarm anyway.
Anyway,
The leg
Thank God. Falls the leg.
falls a leg.
it was a prosthetic alarm. And yeah. The disabled man left it behind while he was going for a swim last Monday.
Last Monday, round the corner. Yeah.
Last Monday.
Yeah, just last Monday. Last Monday in Kent. No, I don't even know where it was. It was still a weirdo.
Well, thank you very much for your news, Scott.
I have more.
Oh, okay.
It's got loads.
I've got so much news.
Come on then.
Set the headline.
This is a funny one. If there's anybody from Stoke-on-Trent listening out there,
Stoke-on-Trent.
if you're obese, you should be thankful because your tax has been spent on motivational texts to encourage you to stop being obese.
I heard about this. I heard this was a
I
thing.
haven't heard about this.
£10,000 on text messages
10.
over the period of 10 months.
What did they
And
say?
Well, yeah, you got.
basically, one of them says, maybe walk to the shops or use the stairs more often. And then maybe if you're really obese, I'd get a text message one day and you'd look down at your phone and it'd say, aim to eat a variety of fruit or vegetables and yeah.
And yeah.
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 Another one. Yeah, and then another one would say, keep a check on snacks and drinks.
Oh.
Keep a
Is
check
there a
on them.
line of more aggressive ones? Like, you're shit!
Lose some weight.
One guy commented on the news report and he just said they should just send him a text saying, don't be fat.
Maybe that's how the concept of her.
Scott, thank you so much. It's
I
always.
have more.
He's got so much. Should we play another song?
Okay.
One more
wait,
song.
One more song, and then
I'll
more
be
Scott's
back.
news. He'll be back. Are
Yeah,
you
he'll
going to
be
stick
back.
around for the Dick and Dom games? Top. Vale Radio.
Go.
What is it then?
Human survival at its finest.
Wow. Okay. That's something.
I'm hooked. You've got my attention.
Okay.
This mastication
Finishing
noise.
his mouth full of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Jose Salvador given heroes welcome. If any of you have ever seen Castaway,
Yes.
it happened. In real life.
What happened? It's happened.
Okay, so there's a man called Jose Salvador who looks a lot like Tom Hanks.
Okay.
And he was on a fishing trip with one of his other friends.
Yeah.
And they were sailing around the Pacific, and one of the men, sadly, they became adrift into the sea, and they got lost and got hit by a storm. And Jose's friend was struggling to survive. He couldn't eat the fish because
God.
basically they were stranded for about 2 weeks in the middle of the ocean. Couldn't see land anywhere.
Oh, mama. No way.
Yes, and it got to the point where Jose's friend, he couldn't deal with it anymore, and he just died and fell off the boat, and he was just left to sail away into the ocean, just like Wilson.
Oh.
And he was gone.
But Joe was actually a human being, not just a football with grass in the top.
He was a real person.
I prefer the story.
But Jose managed to stay strong.
There is a happy ending.
The fisherman, he'd lived for years in Mexico and set sail from there on a fishing trip in late 2012. He survived his 13-month adrift. 13 months by eating raw fish and birds, as well as drinking turtle blood, urine and rainwater.
13, what, a year
Turtle
and a bit?
blood.
For a whole year?
For a year and a month.
Was gonna be...
Wowzers, trousers.
When you're stranded in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, there's nothing you can do apart from... There's not much option of food.
Oh, so you just think to yourself, oh yeah, turtles, they've got blood.
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe I'll
It's liquid. It's liquid.
Just like that.
Some wise words from his cousin who welcomed him off the plane.
Oh, yes.
He could have died, but thanks to God, my cousin is a warrior. Because I don't know what would have happened to another person. Big up, Jose. I'm glad you're still alive. Massive big up.
Thank you so much, Scott. It's always a pleasure with you.
Oh, well, apparently something like that is theoretically possible. Like
That can actually happen.
Is that all of the news? Is that all of the news?
I think there's more news, but
Is there more news?
God help us all. What else have you got on there,
I'd
Scott?
like to start off my news show with something that is just absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like?
Do you know, like, Russia is one of the most ridiculous countries in the world?
I do now.
Inexplicably.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, they've started doing this thing with people that are just about to get married, and it's their way of showing commitment.
Yeah.
They've started getting the couple to do a tandem bungee jump,
Oh yeah.
and one of the partners isn't strapped into the tandem, so they have to prove their commitment by hugging them tight enough so they don't die.
Is that a thing?
Russia.
That's true. There's
That does not
There's
exist.
footage
Outrageous.
on YouTube of it happening.
I guess
That's
that's the way
terrifying.
to start
That's
marriage.
just
Yes.
mind-boggling.
Love that
disgusting.
first near-death experience.
Jesus. Yeah, that actually, I'd feel safe with my partner if I did that with them, though.
What
Yeah.
if it
You
was
can
like
trust
a
them.
situation
Maybe that
where
strengthens the
But what if
relationship.
you
I'm
didn't
right
trust
here.
them?
What if you did the bungee jump and you were like,
I don't trust this
actually
woman.
want to be with
Or what
her.
if they were
Then you let
much
go.
more
I
obese?
could drop her.
Then
What
you
if,
let go.
what if they were actually much more obese than you thought they were?
Then you thought they were.
And they slipped away.
out of
Maybe
your
a bit
hands.
sweaty
Out of your
then.
hands, dead.
Just as you're about to jump, like, I'm having an affair. Sorry.
You ever want to be with someone
You're
really
gonna
sweaty?
die.
Vale Radio.